What do you think? So, back over here at the familiar place. That's the flig mission. Starting mission.
0 feet altitude, 4 feet distance, 1 miles per hour,
1 miles per
98%
hour.
battery.
Up and away. Now, Amazon just opened, so I'm going to buzz them a little bit. This is a new mission I haven't flown. I got some conflicting data from the Lecce desktop app. We used to call them programs back in the day. Anything that was on your computer that executed was a program. Now they're called apps. So with that in mind, fixing the focus. With that said, check the look down.
249 feet altitude, 596 feet distance, 17 miles per hour, 94% battery.
So my conflict in data is that the Lecce app on the computer says that this minute is 18 minutes, while on the tablet, the iPad, it says 26 minutes. So that's a conundrum, since my batteries generally only are good for 20 minutes because of the weight of this beast. So I do have a couple of runs planned up and down 50, but once the furthest point out it's going to get to is around Amazon, so I'll be able to keep it close. And I'm going to be flying at a lower altitude today. I'm doing 250 because I'm not flying near anyone. And anybody that's inside an Amazon.
249 feet altitude, 1,758 feet distance, 17 miles per hour, 90% battery.
Supposed to be inside working. And I know because I used to work for Amazon. Curious to see how many trucks they've got. They're still looking for drivers. That's a big fleet. Lots of trucks. And they have open hiring things here and there. They have one at Tractor Supply next Wednesday. Next Wednesday. Boy, that's a ladder. Ladder delivery vehicles. I believe the employees park over here in the front.
250 feet altitude, 2,657 feet distance, 17 miles per hour, 86% battery.
I wonder if they're done for the day. I drove past there before and there was quite a few cars. That circle down there at the end, that's where I was flying from before. I can probably still go down there if I want. All right, so there's Amazonia. Just opened.
$249 feet altitude, 3,641 feet distance, 18 miles per hour, 82% battery.
Wonder what's in that big ass circle. Maybe it spins trucks around. You never know. So there, where the big canopy is where you go pick up the flex drivers, go pick up their stuff. I tried doing flex driver once I went out, and they loaded me up. I had to go up to Seaford, which is about 20 miles, 25 miles from here. And they tried to load me up with stuff going 30 miles in the opposite direction from where I was supposed to be delivering, because I was supposed to be in my own home turf, and when I got done,
250 feet altitude.
I'd just go home.
2,442 feet distance.
But that didn't happen.
18 miles per hour. 77% battery.
So I refused the order, and I left. I said, hey, I don't even live around here. You want me to go the opposite direction? I don't think so. Homie don't play that. And as usual, it is hazy, hot, and humid. Pretty thick overcast. I lost a lot of sunlight when I came out. Thick clouds, but it is a good time to fly. I like it better when there's no direct sunlight. And I can fix my pictures on the computer. So that was two orbits around Amazon. Now that's going to come back up this way.
249 feet altitude. 3,523 feet distance. 17 miles per hour. 73% battery.
I think I have the speed set at 18 mile per hour. Altitude is 250. Puts me at a little bit more of a risk for hawks because of the lower altitude and the speed, but nothing, yeah, you just can't not fly because of those things. Out of, shit, I don't even know how many flights. The better part of 1,100 flights probably that I've had over 10 years. I've only, let's see, had maybe 3 crashes total. 2 of them, one I know absolutely was hawk related. The other one I suspect
249 feet altitude.
was hawk related.
2,652 feet distance. 17 miles per hour. 69% battery.
And the third one, I flew into a tree because back home, I live at a variable altitude. My house, the area that I lived in was about 730 feet above sea level. So I was flying a mission from near my house, and the terrain had basically, it went up. I can't think of the word. The terrain got higher, and I saw it just in time to know, but the problem was that I was starting to lose connection, and I went to hit the return to home button, and it was too far out.
249 feet altitude. 1,721 feet distance. 17 miles per hour. 65% battery.
It was too far away, so it didn't respond to the command. So wound up flying into a pine tree on a hill. But luckily where it went down, it was accessible by a road, and I had my GPS tracker on it, and I did find it right away. In fact, it was still blinking when I got there, because on my GPS tracker, I put it on my battery, and I wrap it, the Velcro strap all the way around the battery. So if your drone crashes, the first thing that's going to happen is your battery is going to get knocked out, and then your drone's going to shut off. And so then you got to rely on kind of a sketchy Find My Drone.
Altitude, 1,695 feet distance, 17 miles per hour, 60% battery.
Even though it will be fairly accurate as to where it was, it's going to make it harder to pinpoint it. But if you get that little extra time on the ground, even if it's still turned on and before the battery starts to die, you're going to get a better reading as to where it actually is. So it's easier to find it. So I think over here I ascend to 150 feet because I wanted to get a little closer to the road. In this area, because everything's flat, about I wouldn't the lowest that I would fly would be with the trees. I would be 150 feet because the trees are about 100.
248 feet altitude, 561 feet distance, 17 miles per hour, 56% battery.
And if you ever want to check for yourself, just fly up to the trees and, you know, fly over them and see how high you got to go. But yeah, around here it's about 100, 125. One time I had made, well, actually, I punched in the wrong mission. I was flying from my house, and I punched in one that actually started over here. So the first waypoint by default was 94 feet. So it flew to the first waypoint, which is way over here, at 94 feet. And luckily, I did have a collision avoidance on. But it, yeah, it was skimming the treetops. It was close. It was a little hairy, I'm not going to lie. But I think that
249 feet altitude, 1,603 feet distance, 17 miles per hour, 52% battery.
collision avoidance did keep it out of trouble. So it could have hit a tree, but it did make it over him. Because it was slowing down and almost stopping, but it didn't stop. And I eventually made contact because it was so low, I didn't have contact. It went about, I don't know, maybe 500 feet away from me. And because I'm in my house, I didn't have a signal. So what I did was I ran to the front of the house and went outside, and I got it to come back. But that was messy. So I'm at 49%. Let me check which waypoint I'm at. I have a lot of waypoints on this one. I'm at 34.
181 feet
And I got
altitude,
46 waypoints.
1,607 feet distance,
About 10 more.
17 miles per hour, 48% battery.
What I want to be cautious of is, like I said, the computer said that this was going to be an 18-minute mission, while this app says 26 minutes. So that would mean I would not have enough battery because most missions are only 20 minutes. What's my altitude? 174. So I guess I did 175 feet. Flying past where I am. There's me. Let me go out and wave. I can see it.
175 feet altitude, 679 feet distance, 17 miles per hour.
Completely not noticeable. You would never notice that. If you spotted that in the air, looks like a plane. Far away. Very far away. Tiny little dot. I think I can hear it. The little naughty cons are loud.
.174 feet altitude, 1,731 feet distance, 17 miles per hour, 39% battery.
All of a sudden, I watched a couple drone videos on TikTok. Now my TikTok feed is loaded with drone videos. That's how TikTok is. They jump all over you. when they think that they found something of interest that you like, so they constantly repeat it.
(249 feet altitude, 1,637 feet distance, 17 miles per hour, 35% battery.
It would be so nice if this thing said to me, waypoint, if I know what waypoint I'm at, without having to dig through the map. Because you touch the map, you mess it up, it wants to tilt sideways. You've got to tweak it with your fingers. It's annoying. Still got good battery. I'm close by, so not in any danger. This is kind of a safe route because I'm pretty much near all the roads.
249 feet altitude, 726 feet distance, 17 miles per hour, 30% battery.
And you appreciate being near all the roads when you gotta go drone hunting. Now, running out of battery and something like that, I don't consider that a crash, but that's happened before too. That happened to me recently with a bad battery. I was flying from this location and back over there. Said my battery was about 33%, and then next thing I know, critically low battery, 9%, landing. And it decides it's going to land exactly where it was. And I had no control other than, okay, don't land on the roof of a building. Don't land behind the fence.
248 feet altitude, 650 feet distance, 17 miles per hour, 26% battery. Warning, aircraft battery at 25%.
Yeah, this don't have enough juice to do the whole mission. It's going to come up here, make a cut, come back, and then I'll land it.
Warning, aircraft battery at 23%. (249 feet altitude, 1,215 feet distance, 17 miles per hour, 21% battery. Warning, aircraft battery at 21%. Mission ended.
And we're coming home. It's got to go up to the landing altitude.
Warning, aircraft battery at 18%.
I'm going to land it manually. It's misbehaving.
(225 feet altitude, 272 feet distance, 4 miles per hour, 17% battery. Warning, aircraft battery at 16%. Warning, aircraft battery at 14%.
Sometimes I don't trust the return to home. It just seems to act too slow
1
for
feet
my own
altitude.
liking.
5 feet distance. 0 miles per hour.
Yeah, we are back.
12% battery.
You can stop talking now. Okay, well, how long was that mission? That was 20 minutes. That was pretty much max.
Aircraft battery at 12%.
So, anyways, decent flight, I think. Safe and sound, back on the ground. UW is out.